Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? It's William here at Allegory Gallery. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. It's a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, and I am here at Star Cottage Studio. I picked some things out for you today. Whoops. How are you all doing today? It's William here at Allegory Gallery. Thank you for. Let's turn that down. I didn't realize I still had that going. Um, let's crash out of that. All right, there we go. Okay, that was surprising. All right. Hi. What a day. Um, Thank you all for joining us yesterday. Those of you who were able to for my birthday celebration. A lot of you posted some wonderful creations that you've made on our Allegory Gallery Design Challenges timeline in our group, showing things that you've made with kits. That was the goal of yesterday, was to get as many people as we could showing things that they've made with our kits. And then we had a Kitapalooza last night. So Andrew made over 30 kits last night. Some of them were sold, some of them were not, some of them were given away. So we had a great time, I think, last night. I hope that you did too. I am going to do a very quick review of the kits that are still left, of some of the kits that are still left at least. Here today. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking here in the beginning because, well, I will still continue to talk, but I am going to mostly do a kit review. In case you missed yesterday's show and you haven't had a chance to watch the replay, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick review of what I show as still remaining currently. And if you still want to grab those, you can grab those today. And then I have 30 new lots of things to show you today, of random assortment that I've chosen here from Star Cottage Studios. So I hope that you will have fun with me today. I just want to send out, a heartfelt thank you to all those who wished me happy birthday yesterday, I got text messages, I got Facebook messages, I got tons and tons of wishes on my Facebook timeline. We got emails. Some people grabbed things from my wish list, which I didn't even expect to do until some people started asking me, and I did it anyway, and people grabbed some stuff. So I don't know what all is coming my way. I haven't tried to peek yet. I want to be surprised. I show some things I've been told are going to show up today. They have not yet as of me leaving the house earlier today, but that's amazing. I put a lot of stuff on there for my pottery making, a lot of pottery making supplies and books and glazes and tools. And so I'm excited to see what shows up. I don't know what people have gotten me yet, but I'm excited for that. So thank you if you did that. I really appreciate it. It's kind of amazing to think that people want to do that, but I really do appreciate it. You feel like, I think sometimes I was talking about this with a friend. Um, as kids, you're always asked, what do you want? And you make lists for the people in your family. Here's what I want for my birthday. Here's what I want for Christmas. But as adults, for some reason, we feel like, at least I do, it's more of a taboo to do those things and to put that out into the world. Andrew is not like that. He's like, I want people to know what I want. If somebody wants to get me something, here's my list. Like, he has like a constant ongoing list on his timeline of things that he would like. I'm not so much like that. I get in that weird spot where I feel like as an adult, you don't ask for those things from people anymore. But I was talking with another friend who said that they think we should do it more often, between friends and just in general as adults. And I think it's true. Like, a lot of people, like when I'm gift giving, one of my biggest reasons that I sometimes just hate gift giving, and I know that sounds terrible, but my anxiety, my possible ADHD, my brain gets very locked up when I'm trying to give a gift to somebody, because I'm like, are they going to like this? You don't know how many mental gymnastics I have to go through to get through just getting a gift for somebody if I don't have a list from them. Um, it makes it very difficult. I never want to give something that somebody doesn't need, because I'm like, I could have given you a gift card, or I could have given you money, or, like, But when you want to give a gift, it's helpful to get something that you think they're actually going to like, right? That's the goal, for them to like the gift. And so I think, and my friend, I was agreeing with them, I think it's nice when adults do that. I think everyone should just have like a gift list on their Facebook profile or something. Like, I think it would be so much easier. Um, and like I said, I know we feel like, I think as adults, that it's tacky or it's a taboo thing to ask for things like that. But I don't think it's asking so much as providing a service for people who want to do that for you, right? And making sure that, like, for people like me, you're sure they're going to like it because they picked it out. They may not know they're getting it, but they picked it out. So I think it's helpful. So I'm going to try and get better about that myself, um, and trying to keep mine a little bit up to date and just kind of have it out there for people that want to do those things. We did that here for our registry for Star Cottage Studio because people have no idea what we need. Um, Excuse me. Of course, I get on the live. I start coughing. I start sneezing. I haven't done that all day, not once. I don't know if it's something with the way, like, I have to talk louder and with more emphasis, or I don't know if something it jars and stimulates something in there. Um, anyway, yeah, for Star Cottage Studio, we did that, and it was helpful for people, I think. And so I think it's nice. Let me see who's here. Marianne's here. Kimberly's here. Leslie's here. Thank you all for being here. Susie's here. Hello, Susie. Susie says, I haven't seen Amazon around here yet today. No, I haven't seen their trucks around. I wasn't there all day. I've been in and out, but I haven't seen them on my trips. I just saw the post office, and I don't know how my things, I don't know. You never know when you order from Amazon, because it's an Amazon wish list, that they make it easiest. It's just the way it is. Um, but it is, uh, you never know how it's going to arrive. So I don't know what's coming. I don't know how it's coming. So that I would rather give someone something that I know they want. Yeah, right. It's just, it makes life so much easier, especially when you don't know someone all that well, or also as adults tend to have the things they want or need, right? Especially the things they need. Um, at least we'd like to think that, like to hope that the people are able to have the things that they need, and get them themselves when they do. And so sometimes, even if you know someone, like, I know people in my family that need things, but they end up usually getting it for themselves before I have a chance to get it for them for some occasion. So it does make it difficult. So it's nice to have those lists, I think, of things that, you know, sooner or later I'm going to be buying glazes for myself, and I'm going to have tools, and but I don't have them now. I'm just kind of starting out on this pottery thing at home. This is most of the things that I put in there is to work on pottery things at home. So I can buy some clay, and I don't have any underglazes at all. We have a few glazes, but I don't think we have any underglazes at home. So I put a bunch of underglazes in there, and I can work on things like the pendants and my little dishes and things like that. And then have all the tools that I need to do that. And I could be sitting watching TV and working on these things. Um, and that is what I'm kind of looking forward to doing, so that I don't have to just do them in my class. Um, and it's technically, we could also fire them at our house because they're small enough. We do have a kiln, a small kiln that Andrew had for precious metal clay, or has for precious metal clay, and I can use that for pottery as well. So he's fired porcelain things in there before. So it is one of those things. That's what I pretty much loaded up my list with. I also put books in there on how to make our own glazes, because Andrew bought a bunch of chemicals at one point, powdered chemicals, to make our own glazes. And some of the books I put in there have hundreds of recipes on how to make your own glazes, and talk about the, how to do it, and what works best and all that kind of stuff. There was a book about raw clay. how to, kind of dig raw clay from the ground and process and work with it. So I have some friends who do that and they make beautiful things. So I'm excited about that too, because we do have a lot of clay, I believe, around here up at the cottage. So I might be digging holes up here. Every time we plant a bush or something, gonna pull out some clay. But I've had all that stuff on there. Of course, I threw a few Apple things on there. Um, you never know. You never know. You never know what's going to happen, right? Um, but yeah, so that was that. It was an amazing day. I thank you all so much for taking part in it if you were able to. We're going to continue this celebration all week. I'm not doing too much today other than going to my pottery class. Wednesdays are a weird day, so Andrew is napping right now because this is his time to nap. He was up all night working on things. Um, I say napping, he's sleeping. This is his sleep time. I always say napping because I feel like it sounds better because I still have this thing from growing up where, it felt weird to say that you slept during the day and you were up at night. Like it felt like you weren't normal. So I call it napping. He's sleeping, hopefully. I hope so. And he should be. Um, yeah, today's not really a big day for celebrating, but I'm going to go to pottery class, going to have fun. My pottery class celebrated my birthday earlier this month. Um, my pottery teacher knew that my birthday was this month, but she didn't really look at the exact date. So we celebrated like 2 weeks ago or so. Um, but that was fun. It was nice. It was so nice of her. And it was truly a surprise because I did not expect it that early. So it was a good surprise. Um, and we had a good time. So I had some cake. I took pictures. I don't think I ever posted them. I meant to post them, so I'll have to find those pictures and do that. But yeah, that's what's going on here. So I'm going to not talk too long as I say that, and then I talk a long time. But I'm going to flip the camera around here pretty soon and take a look at the kits that are still left over from yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's show, I don't see many people, at least jumping out in name, who missed yesterday's show. But if you did, we're going to show you the kits. Maybe you just rather would know. Um, Leslie says, personally, I always tell people money and gift cards are always welcome, no matter how big or small. For my biz, I'm always reluctant to ask for things of money. Yeah, it's we have weird, I don't know. We have weird things as adults, right? Um, People ask us all the time about GoFundMe's and when we're doing big things like that, and we have used them before, mostly in a lot of cases, like if it was something for our pets, like it was more of an emergency like that. Um, GoFundMe's, we always feel so, we don't, I don't want to say feel bad. I don't want people to feel bad for using them. But we always feel weird about not giving something for the money received, right? Um, I know so many people would rather just donate, and we love that. That's a-okay. Um, but it always feels weird because of the people we are, which is another reason like making lists feel weird to me, because it's my birthday and I know that's a special day, and it's, but I'm still not giving anything back for the gifts I'm giving or given. So it's that kind of thing. So yeah, asking for money outright is always a weird thing. And but I think, especially in today's days and times, I don't know if you have seen on Facebook um, the number of small businesses and the number of people who are having a hard time right now. Um, I just saw a post from they are a wholesaler of candles. Um, and I don't know how true this is. I don't know, but they said that normally by this time last year, or by this time on an average year, I think it was, they have made and sold 25,000 candles. They have done about 1/6 of that this year. Um, and that's wild to think. And they are a wholesaler, so they are watching small businesses who buy from them go out of business. And that's why they're down so much, because so many of their wholesale accounts have closed shop. Um, so things are really hard right now. And, you know, if people want to donate in some way, we appreciate that. We just feel weird. And Leslie says, same. That's why I haven't done a GoFundMe. Yeah, it feels weird. But at the same time, we are so appreciative for any help that people want to give. Um, so yeah, and that ties into my whole personal life, to my birthday. It's a whole thing. Like my birthdays, like when I would celebrate with friends in college in New York, like I never asked people for gifts. I always just wanted to go out and spend time, and usually we'd go to dinner. We'd have a big dinner together. Um, and usually they would pay for my dinner, and that was the gift. And I feel like when you split it up between a lot of people, that's not too much to ask. Because I enjoy time with people for that, like people that I love, people that I care about. Um, and because of how we are now, a lot of the people that we love and care about are spread all over the place, right? Um, we have some here in town, and in the neighboring towns, and we could do something. It's just harder. And so, it's it, it it's a changing of how I have to think about things. And if my friends want to do something for me, they can't hang out with me. And so, I have to translate in my own head, and that's a hard thing for me, because I'm one of those people that I don't easily accept gifts. Um, I've always been kind of weird about it, and I've even growing up, like my grandparents would offer things, and I was like very lucky. My grandparents, my aunt, they got us stuff because we didn't have a lot of money growing up. My mom and us, my brother and I, we didn't have a lot of money, and we had some family help, and it was just so hard. We very rarely asked for things, and when people asked us to make lists, it was always hard for me. I would do it because I knew they wanted me to, and I knew they wanted to help, but it was a weird thing. um, and so I'm so thankful, like, that there are people out there who want to help, and we appreciate it so much. Susie says, people that give enjoy giving, it brings joy. Yeah, I love giving gifts. I love See, that's my thing. I love giving gifts when I can. I just don't feel like I'm a good gift getter or gift chooser, because I have a very hard time getting over my own brain on that. If I know exactly what somebody wants, it's much easier, and I love doing it. When I was in New York and I had lots of money, I mean, lots, I had more, more spendable income. Um, we would go out, and I'd always buy drinks for my friends, or buy food for my friends, or pay for things. Like it was nothing to me. Like I don't value, I don't want to say I don't value money, but I don't value it in the way that some people do. I think it's meant to be used to bring people together, and for people to enjoy each other's company, and to make people happy. I do not think it's meant to be hoarded. And, I guess probably should be better at saving some at some point. um, but, I feel like the joy that comes with it is the there's a safety with it, because we've built society that way, and I lack that sometimes, especially with my anxiety and all that. But I feel like it's meant to be used to make people happy. And if you can make people around you feel happy, I feel like that's a good life. So I get joy from it. And so I don't know why I put that on myself, that other people aren't going to want to do that for me. But um, sometimes I do, just the way I am. It's that childhood trauma of some sort, of growing up without a lot of money. Don't ask for things because you don't have a lot. And if you ask for things, you're putting harder times on your parents, or you're making it harder in your family. And so um, it's a hard thing for me to ask for things, or put things out there like that. Um, and so anyway. Thank you. Thank you for a great celebration. We sold a lot of kits last night. We appreciate that. And we're going to try and sell a few more today, maybe. Who knows? Let me go ahead. I'm going to flip the camera around now. We're going to do this real quick. And I'm going to go through the kits that have not sold entirely out. I'm not going to tell you how many of each we have left because that doesn't matter. If you want to try and grab them, you can. And I'm not going to keep track of if anybody's buying any of these. We're just going to go through them real quick. And we're gonna take a look at things here. I have to switch this on my side though. All right. There's that. Let me move these over so they're not immediately, so they're at least out of the view for the most part. It's okay. All right, let's go through our list. There are at least one of a lot of these because Andrew made a number of them. And so let's see here. This is kit 1. This is kit 1. And this is that Patricia Healy kit. So you have a Patricia Healy flame polished metal piece. You have the natural vintage coral sticks, little coral sticks, mostly center drilled. And then you have the 2 pieces of check glass, vintage check glass strands. And if you need sizes and all that, you can view the other show or you can ask me here. Please, I'm going to be going fast through these. So if you need sizes on something, when you ask for a size on a strand, please name the kit number you are looking for and size up. Please don't just say, what's the size of that red strand? I don't know. Right now I would know. Well, actually I wouldn't because there are 2. There's the coral. But going through the lineup, I may not later. So say, what's the size of the red check glass in kit 1? And I can do that for you. Let's see here. Kit 2, we do have kit 2 available. These come with Lucerna bicones. This beautiful kind of almost opalescent green Druk, check glass Druk minis. You get these 2 Star of Ishtar beads. And then you get the check glass leaves. So that is kit 2. And you can claim these by sending the kit number to our email, just like always. Kit 2 to info@allegorygallery.com if you'd like one of these. They're $12 each. These are special pricing. These prices will absolutely, definitely, 100%, I promise, go up when they go into the online store because we have given you really special pricing for this event. Kit 3 has sold out. We have kit 4 left. This is kit 4. It starts with these check glass sugar skull beads. Then you get a Lucerna bicone. You get the white coins, white and gray, kind of smoky coins. I love these. These are one of my favorites from the grouping. And this is definitely one of my favorites. This beautiful fire polished AB finish vintage check glass strand. It is stunning. Stunning strand. That's only $8 for that whole kit. Kit 4. Let's see here. Kit 5. You have at least one of these. This is only $12 for this one. Oh, this is a pretty one. Andrew did a really good job with this. This is like the Royal Road kit we had with the gold and red to a certain point. So you get these check glass pieces and this Allegory Gallery fine pewter piece. You're also getting this blue strand of the crystal bicones. Hey, Suzanne. Good afternoon. We're reviewing kits that are still available from yesterday, in case anybody missed that show or missed the replay. And then you get these coins that have a blue edging, partially blue, partially red glass. So it's a really cool combination. And that is kit 5, $12. There's at least one of those left. I just made a list of the ones that I have at least one of left. We're doing this real quick. No sizing. You can find sizing if you want on the other video, or you can ask if you want sizing on any particular thing. Suzanne says, I spent 40 minutes trying to revamp a necklace, not working. Sometimes it just doesn't work, right? Kit 6 we have sold out of. Kit 7, we do have this available. Kit 7 starts with the dragonfly bead from the Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter collection. Then we've got the mini roller beads, the check glass roller beads. What kind of revamp are you doing? Is it something you made or something someone else made that you're trying to revamp? And then you have these faceted vintage check glass and the droops, all in these kind of honey, delicious colors. Honey coppers. $12 for that kit. Kit 7. All right, let's see. Kit 8. Oh, this was a good kit too. I like this one a lot. Kit 8 was this beautiful blue with this beautiful pearlescent green drook, check glass drooks. And then these, this is a very long strand. This is like a double strand, or more than double, of the fire polish strands you'd find now. And then the little lovebird toggle or pendant, not toggle, lovebird pendant. And you get that for $14 only. All that for $14. Suzanne says, no, a chain store necklace that I wanted to change one thing and ended up changing a lot. Then it just didn't fit right, you know. Yeah, I do know. I do know. Kit number 9. This one, I love. This is my favorite strand in this one. I love this kind of glacier white fire polished glass, check glass. And then you get this one with it. And then you get the crystals, crystal bicones, and the Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter bird bead or charm. It's drilled mouth to tail. So it's a little bit interesting how it sits on a wire. I love the way it can sit on a wire, especially for a bracelet. So that was kit 9. And let's see here, kit 10. This is, I love this. It's green. Of course, I love it. Kit 10, $18. This is big, beautiful strand. That could be $18 alone. So we got this big, beautiful, chunky green and white vintage check glass. Actually, this is vintage German. I'm sorry. Vintage German glass. And then you get these vintage check saucers. And then the check glass droops. And then the dyed chalcedony. And that's $18 for that kit. How's everyone doing today? I see a few more people popping on. We're just going over the kits that we were debuted yesterday before I take pictures of them and start posting them online, giving you one more chance to grab these at these special introductory prices for y'all. And then they'll go in the online store and the prices will go up. We sold out of 11. We have at least one of 12 left. I think we only have one of 12 left. because we only had 2, and I still have it on the list. And I think I sold one. I'm pretty sure I sold one of these last night. It starts with these beautiful vintage check glass hearts with that kind of blue edging. It's a blue and cranberry kind of glass, which matches this beautiful lampwork glass that Andrew put in there. And it's got so many of those beautiful colors. Oh, there's Andrew. Andrew, you're supposed to be sleeping. You're supposed to be resting. Look at those. Andrew says, I love those hearts. Me too. They're a very different kind of heart, right? They're kind of softer and more elongated. Diane says, yes, I bought 12. I thought somebody did. There is still one of these left though. So you also get this crystal strand. You get this Lucerna bicone strand. They've got all these shades that you're pulling out from this one pendant. And then you're also getting this very large, beautiful heart toggle in pewter. So it's kit 12, $24. Okay, let me see here. Where am I here on my list? I'm at 13. Do I have 13? 13 sold out. That was a really nice one, y'all. That was the, I'm not even going to take it out, but that had the cicada toggle. If you love that toggle, that is available separately in the online store. Look up cicada toggle and you'll see that. It's a really pretty one. Do I have 14? I have at least one of 14 left. Andrew says, I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't stop sneezing. It snowed and everything was covered in big fluffy snow. Imagine my surprise to wake up and most of the snow was melted. Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't see much snow today when I got up. So this one starts with this beautiful giant rose quartz faceted pendant. And then you get this Lucerna bicone in pink. You get these beautiful ovals again, but this time in this minty green and pink color. Oh, I love this kit. And then you get these beautiful droops in this honey golden coppery color with the copper Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter tube bead. And so that's kit 14. I think there's only one of those left, if I'm remembering correctly. We sold a number of these ones. I had a really hard time sleeping last night. My first night in my 46 years of age did not go very well. I felt like I was very stuffy. And at one point I was snoring. I snored so hard I woke myself up. Have you ever done that? It was wild. And yeah, not a great night's sleep. I don't know why. Andrew apparently didn't either. We were very stuffy, both of us. Oh, and Susie said earlier, our pizzas look good. Thank you. They were good. We got those from Yanni's at Pick and Chicken. So this kit, 15, there's at least one of these available. Comes with this little kind of pewter toggle, a little tiger kind of theme that goes with the little tiger charm. And then you've got the animal print vintage check glass. And then this beautiful coppery gray, it's kind of a coppery, almost smoky quartz kind of vintage check glass, the fire polish glass. That's kit 15, only $10 for kit 15. Andrew says, I think I'm allergic to the snow. Yeah, every time it snows, Andrew gets wildly allergic. It's so weird. I've never seen that before. Someone allergic to snow when they're not even around, they're not even out in the snow. 16 sold out. Let me see, 17. We do have one of 17. 17. You know I love it because it's green. It's only $10. That pretty much is like, this strand probably is worth $12. So you're already ahead. This is 17. There are 4 of these. This is that beautiful vintage German glass, these kind of square, kind of, I don't know, pillows, but they're lumpy pillows. Great way to describe it, William. And then we have these Lucerna bicones. You get those. And then you get these 2 swallow metal beads. And it's only $10. Kit 17. Get it for that vintage German strand alone, if nothing else, because that's a good deal on just that strand. Again, these prices are all going up the moment I put these into the online store. I'm going to start taking pictures of them probably tonight. Maybe we'll see how tired I am after pottery, but I'll probably start taking some pictures and start putting them in. Once I do that, the prices go up on everything. Andrew says, some of my favorite things are lumpy pillows, lol. Gnocchi, right? Gnocchi's a lumpy pillow. Absolutely. This is a small little kit, but it is a nice little kit. It's rare. Like, where are you ever going to see this button? This is a vintage Czech glass button. Where are you ever going to see that again? That beautiful color. Czech glass button. It's got a it's a glass shank, but it's been covered, I believe, in that they use like a metal paint or something. I don't know all the logistics of it, but it's to give it that extra good flash on that side. And then you get this beautiful vintage crystal, bicone crystal, in that rainbow flavor right there. Only $8 for that. Normally these strands alone are about $8 to $10 for the crystal. So it's like getting part of the crystal and the button for free. Kit 18. All right, we still have some of 19. 19 goes kind of with 10 in that it is the same Western or same vintage German glass. These vintage German glass giant nuggets in the orange this time. This orangey red and white. We had the green ones earlier with the green and white. Then you get this gorgeous bright orange. You know I love this color. It's one of my favorite colors. This kind of citrusy bright orange. And then you also get this Czech glass baby face button. And this is vintage Czech baby face button. And that's kit 19, $20 for that kit. $20 for that kit. Number 10 was 18. This one's 20. That button's a little bit more. Okay, let's see here. 20 sold out. We do still have 21. 21 is only $10, and it comes with this gorgeous Czech glass hand-painted bumblebee button. It's a metal shank, Czech glass bumblebee button, and then you get a large kind of fire polished Czech glass faceted round, and then the whatchamacallit, Lucerna bicone. Let's see. Marianne says, so can you see my comments on Facebook? I can see you here now, Marianne. I can see them on Facebook. I haven't seen anything from you since you said, hey, Facebook peeps on YouTube. Andrew says, did any of your presents arrive? Not since I left the house. So I don't know if anything's there now, but not since I left the house. Student says, this weird winter weather doesn't help. It does not. I don't know if I said that. I'm looking now through to see who's I'm able to see from YouTube. Wasn't seeing Marianne's apparently. What'd you need to know, Marianne? couldn't get my comments to show on YouTube. That's weird. Let me look here real quick if I can, and make sure that for no reason they're being blocked. Sometimes if you say one thing and it hides your comments, it continues hiding your comments. Let me see if I can get my tablet keyboard to work here today. There we go. It's having troubles with connecting. Let's see. I don't have YouTube up today because I'm actually seeing comments in my player, which is rare. Let me go into the live and see if any of your comments got hidden for some reason. No, they're not showing up there at all on my side either. So I don't know what that's all about. They're not showing up at all. No blocking, no nothing, just nothing since hey Facebook peeps. Suzanne says, come to New Orleans, we're close to 70. Whew, so nice. Andrew says, have you been too sassy? Marianne says, I didn't think so. Andrew says, I did tell William we should go somewhere in the winter, right? Start heading somewhere else for the winter months. If we could keep everything flowing, that would be nice, right? I don't know how we would manage that, but it could be very nice to be able to do that. Okay, so that was 21. Oops, sorry, my 21. And let's see, 22, we do still have one of. Andrew says, maybe we'll make a bead mobile like Phil does. That's funny. Make the bead mobile. Kit 22. There is only one of these left. This is a gorgeous kit, and only $16 again. That's pretty much the size. That's pretty much the price of this strand. I think we had this originally around $14 or $15 for this strand. So we're throwing in pretty much a check glass button, this little mushroom friend, and this strand of vintage check glass as well. I believe this is vintage German. One moment, everybody. Our power blinked. So let me get back to, am I still here? I hope I'm still here. Can you still see me? My phone probably went over to cellular because our internet is not here yet. I'm still seeing some comments, so I think I'm still live. Our power blinked, and so our internet went out, and I had to go make sure I restarted the pellet stove before it went too far out of into the cool zone. Okay, Marianne is still here. Thank you. The mushroom button is very cute, says Susan. It is. It is. Andrew says it was my vintage German pile. I had pretty display going and I took it all apart for the kids. Yeah, Andrew had a nice display of his vintage German glass, and to make these kits, he took it apart. So these kits don't sell. Also, some of these kits may never make it to the online store because Andrew may take them back. Says you're here, but the picture isn't great. Okay, that's probably because I am on, let me see if I can actually see. I am on Wi-Fi, I believe, or on cellular for now. So hopefully that when the Wi-Fi boots back up, the picture will get better. Let me try disconnecting from the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm going to stay on the Wi-Fi. When it finds it, it'll turn it back on because our internet is low right here where I'm standing. So the picture should get better once the Wi-Fi comes back on. Okay. Mercury retrograde has started. Yes, it has. Just lost our internet. Okay, where am I at here? Kit 23. Do I have any of this one? I do have Kit 23 left. I wrote down, I just have one of these. I started writing them down after a while. Kit 23, we sold one of these. I love this one. This is the frog button. Frogs with a cart. They've got their own little cart going on. And they're hand painted with that gold. And this is a glass shank button. And you get this beautiful pink strand. And then the drooks and these saucers. So I just love the color. These are my colors. I love these pastels. And that's Kit 23, just one of those left. Andrew says, I need to look up the symbolism of the frogs. They are so delightfully weird. They are, right? They're like I'm trying to, like this frog over here is carrying like a flower or a reed. This one's like kind of trying to grab it. This one's helping push the cart that they're sitting in. It's just so weird. And they're almost like stuck in a lily pond. It's so weird, but it's so cool. There's a lot of intricate design. There's like 3 or 4 frogs on there, plus their cart, plus a lily pond. Suzanne says frog symbolism is cool, Andrew. I think that, yeah, figure out what that's all about. Be pretty cool. And of course, let me see. My picture is still messy, isn't it? Is my internet back? It's starting to come back. Hopefully that will. Andrew says, I'm down with weird, right? We do like weird. What is happening? What is happening? Like my thing's going crazy here. The weirder the better, says Andrew. All right, let's see. 24, we are out of. 25, we are out of. 26, we are out of. 27. Suzanne says, I got into frogs when you guys had that bone buyout. Oh, we had some good ones there, didn't we? We definitely had some good ones there. This is 27 for 27. $24. It starts with this dragon tube bead from the Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter Collection. We have this in, I think, silver, copper, and gold plated. And you can get this individually if you like this little tube bead. I love these tube beads. Like Andrew said, they're kind of, they're understated. Like people don't see them as much or think about them as much, but they're really nice additions to designs. And you get these luscious honey drop, call them honey drops. They just remind me of drops of honey. And then of course that Drops of Jupiter song gets in my head when I think about that. And then we have these Lucerna bicones and this very long double strand of crystal in this larger size. Andrew says, I think we should all show pictures in the group of our weirdest beads. There you go. Weirdest beads or weirdest buttons. How about that? How about that as a AG Live challenge? AG Live challenge. Pull out, take a picture of weirdest bead or components and post them in the Design Challenges group today. We haven't done an AG Live challenge in a while. There you go. Find your weirdest bead and show them off. Weird is cool. Andrew says, when I was little, we used to have these big yellow flowers and the tree frogs would sleep in them. That's cute. Okay, let's see here. We sold 28. We do have 29 still. There's only one of these. Nobody grabbed it last night. It's an amazing kit. 29, you get these beautiful Western German glass beads in this blue and black and a little bit of purple here and there. There's little hints of purple, which is why Andrew paired it with this really luscious, high quality amethyst drop strand. It's a really nice, pretty clear, translucent beads with really nice colors of purple in them. Really nice hints. Like I like these because they're pretty translucent, and they also have kind of pretty defined points of clear and color, which I think makes them pretty unique. And so you get that strand, and then of course you get this. This retails I think for $6 on its own, in the shop. Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter Owl Toggle. I love this owl toggle. So cute. Suzanne says, my weirdest bead I got from Phil, definitely adult. That's funny. Diane says, I need to find my weird beads. Find the weird ones. Show us the weird ones. Andrew says, my grandma would hate me telling this story, but she had her gallbladder removed, and whenever she'd get scared or tickled, she'd start tooting. My grandpa, oops, come on. I didn't mean to put that on stage. My grandpa in this big booming voice, or had this big booming voice, and he'd say, Auline, oh, come on. You're stepping on them frogs again. Andrew says, you might have to put little sensors over the naughty parts, right? All right, so that's kit 29, still available, only $28. $28 for that one. For vintage German glass, this really nice strand of amethyst, since it is my birthstone and it's birthday month amethyst, and that owl toggle. And then do have 30, at least one of 30 available. I think we have both of 30 available. Actually, nobody grabbed one of these. This is only $15. And this has these two little, I think they look like poppy seeds. And these are these little tube beads or spacers. And then vintage Chinese ceramic. And you get the Lucerna bicones, the fire polished with AB finish on those. And then you get these pillow beads, lumpy pillows in the vintage German glass. And that's kit 30, only $15. Two of those still available. I wrote that down because it's like, I can't believe none of those ones sold. All right. Let's see here. We sold a few more kits during this. Thank you so much for grabbing them. If you did, we appreciate that. That was worth it to show those off for a few minutes here. All right. Now, I've got new things. I'm going to cut a few more papers. And also one of the things that we did last night is do some giveaways after. So some of you all got some nice giveaways. Thank you for playing the game last night. The answer the question game. Suzanne says, such beautiful spring tone kits. Yeah, a lot of them are spring forward, right? They are ready for spring. Okay. Got some papers. We've got 30 new lots for you today before I head out and head over to my pottery class. So let's get this started. Let me take a drink real quick. Y'all have any plans today for the rest of your day? What are y'all up to? We didn't really talk a lot in the beginning. Let me know what you're up to. Andrew says, my grandpa was pretty quick and always had a comment ready to go, but he was always bashful since he only went to the 8th grade. Yeah, that's one of those things, right? Some people, they're hindered by what they feel like they only got accomplished, right? Or what, we all have pressures, I think, on us. Suzanne says, I'm heading out now to teach. Glad your day was special. Thank you so much. Have a good time teaching, Suzanne. Let's see. I'm going to call these BDY lots. BDY, birthday. Still birthday week. And we have these. So you had to work on the farm to help support the family. Yeah. I have someone in my family that left school to help support the family too. And I think that's always been hard for them. Check out these. These are vintage milagros from Mexico. And these are these little bowls. There are 4 of them. They're $12 for the lot of 4. That's BDY 1. BDY 1, $12 for the set of 4 vintage Mexican milagros. You know what? I don't know why I'm putting this away. I got used to putting all the kits away right away. I need to leave these out so y'all can see them for a little longer than that. You can put a penny up here. Get a lucky penny up there. Let's see. These are BDY2. Did the Wi-Fi go back on? Why is it still not clear? The Wi-Fi should be back on. Still not clear. Let me see. I hope I don't lose the live, but one moment. Let me check something. Let's see if that gets any better or not. I just shut off my cellular, so hopefully I don't lose everybody, but it should be up by now. It said it was connected, but maybe it didn't refresh through here. So let's see if that helps. These are a polished or a brushed brass bead. And these are really pretty beads. And these ones are, these are about 20.5 millimeters. And you get 10 of them, so they're $1 each. Nice, big, beautiful beads. I love these. Use these in your mixed metal designs. They're going to be really popular. And picture is better. Good. Good, good, good. So BDY2, great for mixed metal. This brushed brass. I think they're brass, brushed brass. Marianne says, both my parents only went to grade 8. That was pretty normal. And Andrew says, yeah, that's what it sounded like. My grandma went further, but I don't know if she finished high school. And it says, those brush metal beads catch the light nice. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They're a great addition. They'd be great as a point of light in like a bracelet. If they don't sell, I might start using maybe for the creative make along this weekend or this Friday. I'll use them in a bracelet. I like those. I almost didn't put them up for sale, so we'll see. We'll see if they sell. BDY3. This is a mix. I'm gonna have to bring the mat down for this because they could roll away otherwise. So these are a lot of ceramic. To get the light better on here. There's also these resin and shell beads. We've got some more ceramic here. We've got this glass bead, this really cool twisted glass bead. Kind of love that one. And then this one, that is ceramic as well, I believe. Large hole ceramic. And then this one, I think is a wooden bead or bone. It's probably bone bead. But it's just this nice kind of grouping of these browns and beige colors all together. Let me bring them up to the camera so you can see a little better. Andrew says, they got married pretty young. He and my grandma built a log cabin with a dirt floor. And it's BDY 3 on those. We've got, I think, 3 of these available. They were 24. I'm bringing them down to 20 a strand. Let me see. These are large. They are crackle glass, vintage crackle glass. BDY 4. Beautiful in these kind of light, almost pastel-like colors. Pretty pastel colors. But these beautiful crackle beads. And look at those. So pretty. Whoa, whoa, see? It's hard working around a camera, y'all. If you've never done it, give it a try someday. These are 12 millimeter large crackle glass beads, vintage, and they're $20 a strand. Andrew says, my grandma had a snake phobia and she said she hated the cabin because snakes would get in the rafters and fall on the floor. Yeah, I'd hate that too. 100%. Marion says, my parents were in their mid-20s when they married in 1947. All right, that's BDY 4. This was 38. I'll bring this down to 24. Number 4 is Easter colors, says Diane. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They go with that Easter kit we have, real nice, right? Nice incorporation into the Easter kit. BDY 5. This large strand of electroplated quartz. Large strand of electroplated quartz. It's a big strand. It's a vintage strand again. And was $38. Bring it down to $24. $24. That's a lot of quartz pendants. And I could see this being really fun with this kit, right? What was this number? Trying to find the original in here. It was right. Kit 18. Kit 18. If you got kit 18, check that out. So kit 18 with this strand. There you go. How fun would that be? You got the perfect crystal to be spacers in between some of these if you wanted to do something with those. Also got the button. And it says, I'd probably make all those quartz points into pendulums or sun catchers. Yeah, 100%. People love the pendulums right now. Let me put this kit back. And I'm going to move this over here. BDY 5, $24. Andrew says, my dad said he remembers the cabin. There's a really cute picture of the kids. My dad looks exactly the same. He even leans to one side. He said his earliest memory was following along my grandma. They were planting peanuts, and he was singing a song of Little Red Peas. Andrew says, maybe wire those in a wand or put them in a funky crown. Yeah, if you do mixed media like that, some other kind of things, that'd be good, right? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put this away. EDY1, Milagros from Mexico. Vintage. Over here. Over here for these. I'm gonna put away these brushed brass beads. $10, only $1 a bead. What a good deal. I think those are lovely. Like I said, those haven't sold yet, so they might be mine. Might be coming home with me. I got uses for those in my, all my bracelets. And then BDY3 is this beautiful collection of bones, ceramic, and shell. Only $10 today. It's a nice little kit in and of itself. It doesn't have any strands in it, but nice little kit. Move this down, and we're going to move this up. Move this over. BDY 4 and 5, we're going to leave there for now. Here's a kit Andrew once made. I found one of them hiding away. And this is kind of a red, white, and blue kit. Getting ready for 4th of July already. You got this beautiful, there's a lot in this kit for $14. We really priced this one low. You get these glass beads with the red, white, and blue with the red stars. Then you're going to get these beautiful check glass droops. And then this vintage check glass strand of hexagons or pentagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentagons, right? Pentagon. 5. And then you get this strand of fire polish check glass. These giant check glass beads. And then these really cool ceramic beads with the blue and gold. So you get all of that for the low price of $14. It's we made a number of those and it's the last one left. So you're getting a good price on that. $14, BDY 6. We just sold BDY 5. Thank you so much. Let me put that one away. Got a good deal on that. That's the lowest price we've ever done on that one. So I'm glad somebody grabbed it. Penta is 5. Pentagon. That's what I thought. Hex is 6, right? Hexadecimal. Pentagons. Andrew says, I think my grandpa went off to war and he didn't know my grandma was pregnant with my aunt. He said he was a pilot and got shot down in Germany. That's wild to think, right? This is a Harry Wood pendant. We're going to do this one at the low price of $10. BDY 7. BDY 7, $10. Harry Wood ceramic pendant, this beautiful heart with this peachy goodness. I'm trying to think. I know there was, like, look how beautiful that would go, I think, with that kit. It's a little bit more orange, but you could play with that. That was kit 14. Let me see here. I'm trying to think. That's probably the closest one in the kits that I'm looking at as far as matching. Well, there's that one too. Still a little bit more orangey, right? Still a little bit more orangey. That'd be fun to play around with. And that is 36.5 by 38 millimeters. Beautiful little heart pendant by Harry Wood. BDY 8. $18. These are well, really well priced. These are sandblasted glass. And so you can see, and they are 2-hole beads, sandblasted glass. And you can see the price on each was $12. So that's already $24. We're charging $18. And then you also get this one, which is 2 holes through. And it's a rose. And that one doesn't have a price tag on it, but I'm sure it's was more than free. So for you all, it's not. It's free compared to the other two, right? So it's at least $24 plus this one. We're selling it for $18. And this is 26.7 millimeters. And these are 19.5 by 30 or by 14. Andrew says he had a piece of shrapnel in his neck. His buddy said that he thought his head damn near got blown off. Marion says, my dad did all of his service in Canada. Andrew said they must have been close to France because they had to survive behind enemy lines and hid out in a barn in the countryside. They found some cured meats, had to be careful not to eat too much at once because they were starving. Wow, that's wild. That's wild. I didn't know all those stories. E-E-Y 9. This is a hand-carved agate. Hand-carved agate beads. They were $8 for the set of 4. They were $2 a bead. Bring them down to $6 for you all. $1.50 a bead. And they are about 15 millimeters. And it says, yeah, the plane got shot down and hit a farmhouse. Wow. These are super cool. I love these hand-carved agates. Let's see if they'll stay here without rolling around too much. Be careful. BDY 9. Kendra says, I don't know why I'm doing family history time. Hey, keeps people entertained in the comments, right? It's good. These are pressed brass stampings from Providence. And we've got 10 of them. They're $2.50 each. Really pretty floral theme here. Pressed brass stampings from Providence. $2.50 each. We've just sold 9. Thank you so much. I'll take that one away. Marianne says, family history is important. She says, I think they are oranges with orange blossoms. Oranges with orange blossoms? That makes sense. They're really pretty. Pressed brass stampings. And if you have one of those little hole presses, hole makers, make a little hole in there. It looks like there's almost a spot, possibly, to put a hole if you want to. But you can also use them through the loop here if you wanted to. Put a jump ring right through there. Yeah, 1 minute. My bag of goodies. Got 5 of these. They're $5 each. Oh, the spot is the navel of the orange. Oh, that makes sense. It is. Yep, it's on all of them. I didn't notice that. Yep. We got 5 of these. And it says you can do what you want, but the negative space is where you hang it. And we've got these beautiful Venetian beads. I think these are Venetian. Nice large holes in those. These are about 2.5 millimeter hole. And the beads themselves are about 13 by 24 millimeters. We've just sold a few of the 10s. Andrew says that'd be good for book club, right? There you go. There's a bead for book club. Use that in your project. These are really pretty. Really well done. And that is BDY 11, $5 each. Marion says, some of these beads remind me of our book club book, right? See? Andrew says, maybe save me one of those. All right, I'll save Andrew one. That means we've only got 4 of these now available. 4 of those available. Maybe I'll save myself one too. That'll make it easy. 3 of these available. We're now down to 3. BDY 11, because this, with those polished brass beads, I think I can make a pretty nice bracelet. So BDY 11, $5. Now 3 of them available. Next. BDY 12. Is this beautiful faceted rose quartz rondelle string, graduated rondelles. Really nice color. It's even coming up pink on screen, so you know it's got a nice pink to it in real life, because screens always dim the pink. Faceted graduated rondelles. And that is BDY 12. We saw BDY 9. What was that one? BDY 9. Oh, 9 was the... Did somebody who just sent 9 mean 11? You're asking for 5. It may have been delayed. There's only 3 of these left. But BDY 9 was just one lot of 4. So let me know. Send an email if you're changing or if you meant something else. These go 5 millimeters up to the largest. Oh, meant BDY 10. So these ones. Okay. Let me delete that one so I know. So we have 3 of these left only. BDY 10, 3 of these left now. All the way up to about 13 and a half millimeters. Beautiful rose quartz, natural stones, BDY 12, $24 for that vintage straight. All right, let me take away this one, BDY 4. Let me take that away. Still have 3 of those left. That crackle glass. And I'm going to take BDY 6 out of here as well as soon as I can find a bag for it. Here we go. BDY 6 is still available. There's 1 kit left. Really cheap. I'll put that up for Independence Day here if nobody grabs it. Put it in the online store. That price will definitely go up, because that is a lot of bead for $14. Must have been crazy when we priced that one. Okay, that was 6. And we'll move 7, 8, 9 or 10, I mean 11 and up to here. Okay. BDY 13. Oh, I saw these today and I didn't even remember we had any of these. These are so dang pretty. And just let me show you. We're gonna do these at $8 a strand, and I've got we've got six strands only. Vintage check glass, and they're these cathedral with this kind of yellow, almost yellow green glass, but with that blue travertine, I think, finish on top. They're so pretty. They are amazingly pretty beads. I didn't even know we had these. And these are 5 millimeters by about 5.7. And they're so gorgeous. Andrew says, next time we're in Italy, I want to take the cooking class. I made homemade pasta the other night, and I think it turned out pretty good, but it would be good to know their secrets. Yeah, it was good. Diane says, I think I need new glasses. I keep seeing the wrong numbers. Yeah, that happens. It definitely happens. I'll try and bring these up. I know the numbers are far away. I'll try and bring these up a little more often, but these are beautiful beads. Look at that color. I love those. BDY 13, $8 a strand, 6 strands available. We just sold 12. Thank you so much. We just sold all of 11 as well. Thank you so much. Put 12 away. And we put the 11s away. I'm going to take 2 of these out for me and Andrew because we didn't pull those yet. So I'm going to take 2 of those out and put them over here. And then put that one right in there. Oh, I actually had 6 of those. I actually had 6 of those. So I have 4 of those. I don't know if the person who grabbed 3 wants the last one or not. Let me know. If not, I'll put one of them back out. Or if 3's enough. I have one more of these if you want it, or if somebody else wants it. All right, I'm going to move this one up here. And let's see here. BDY 14. It's still on right here. 14. Okay. Sure on the red bead. Okay. I will. I'll keep those set aside. All right, BDY 14. Thank you for that. BDY 14. These are Lamport glass beads. Diane said, want an email adding it. Please, that'll make my brain, because I may not do this sorting until tonight, and my brain by then may be mush. I appreciate that. Anders says, didn't someone in the AG Bead fam do maple syrup? Somebody was just talking about black walnut syrup, the other day. I saw them talking about black walnut syrup and maple syrup. These are two beautiful lampwork glass beads. They are $12 each. They were $16 each. Now they're $12 each. These would go really well with some of these springtime feeling kits. I'm thinking like if you got kit 24, that one I didn't show again because I think it sold last night. But if you're watching and you got kit 24, look how well that would go with that one. And then I'm trying not to make a mess, but I'm making a mess over here. Trying to keep everything in order. And then where's the other one I thought that would go well with? Kit 14. Kit 14, which was this one with the big rose quartz. And there are probably a few other ones here. I don't want to make more of a mess of my desk because they're already starting to fall off the edge. But these are really pretty. Andrew says that bead goes great with that kit. I know, it's like it's meant to be, right? That 24. There's somebody grabbed, I think, 24 last night. I don't know if you're watching now or not, but it's a good combo. No one grabbed any 13s yet. I'm really surprised on that. That is, I love that strand. Okay. BDY 15. Let's see, BDY 15. There's, oh, there are two of these. I thought there were two of these in there. BDY 15. This is beautiful blue glass vintage strand. And it was $12 for the strand. And now $8 for the strand. And these are about 8.5 by 10.5 millimeters. BDY 15, $8 a strand, 2 strands available. Ernest is not sure about that shade of yellow. Oh, and this one, I don't know what's not to be sure about it. It is so pretty. I get it, but ooh, love it. Okay. BDY 16. I feel like I've been doing this for 18 hours already today. I don't know why. I think it's because I showed all those kits so quick up front. I'm like, shouldn't I be done with the lots already? We don't usually do reviews like that. I'm going to give you a good price on these. BDY 16 for those of you who like big beads. Big old faceted round wooden beads. They are very light for as big as they are. They're 24 millimeters. And it says also we were at the cottage late. Yes, it's like I never left. I feel like I never left. Large wooden beads. Love these. Super lightweight. 1 strand only. BDY 16, $12. All right, I'm going to put 7 away. That's the Harry Wood heart pendant in ceramic raku. And then 8 is still available. That's the sandblasted glass. Marion says, glad you did the review since I picked up another kit. I'm glad you picked up another kit. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it might be nice to review. I know it was getting, like Andrew said last night, even though people love seeing all the new kits, even if you want to see more and more kits, you do kind of glaze over, I think, after a while. It's just natural. I've still got 3 of these left, the BYD 10s. Interested in those. $2.50 each. And they're stamped brass from Providence. Oranges with orange blossoms. And let's leave 13. I'm gonna move 15 up. Move 13 over. Move 14 over. Move 16 up here like this. So you can see it, but it's not in the way. BDY 17. Oh, I love this little strand. For those of you who like the tulip beads, this is a really cool tulip bead strand. It was 10. I'll bring it down to 8. This is kind of, I don't know, this feels like one of a kind to me. I've never seen them. These little tulip beads, check glass tulips, but in this beautiful AB finish. I have never seen these like this. I think it's so cool. Usually the tulips are more opaque too, I feel like. BDY 17. Look at that. It's a nice long strand too. Vintage check glass. $8 for the strand. Oh, Andrew says those are AB times 2. They're extra. 2-time coated. Yeah, they're really nice. Very unusual. Really unusual beads. And the tulip beads are about 7 by 10.5 millimeters. We've just sold both of 14. Thank you so much. Both of those are now gone. Thank you. Thank you. I like when people like the lamp work we get. I think we give really good prices on it, especially when we don't know a maker or for sure who did it. And I know that's always a challenge because sometimes we don't. But, we just sold 17. Thank you so much. I'll put that right back. Take that off of here. And what was I doing here? I'm going to give you the best price I can on this. And I'm probably even stretching it more than I should. This is by Teresa La Liberté of Lavender Creek. And this is, let me see here, BDY 18, $44 only. $44 only. Oh, a bunch of people tried to grab 17. Sorry, I've only got that one strand. I'll look around because that came from, I think, one of our vintage check buyouts. I don't know if there may be more hanging up on our wall anywhere, but I'll look. But I think that was the only one of those we have. This is this goddess bead. Teresa La Liberté, Lavender Creek. Was $55, now $44. It's pretty much a whole pendant done, ready for you to use if you want to use it this way. But handmade lampwork glass. And the main bead is 23 millimeter. That's not right. Yeah, it is 23 millimeters by 36 or 37 millimeters. The full length is 57.5 millimeters. Andrew says, there was a point when Tiffany's wanted to replicate the look of ancient Roman glass, so they made a technique called favril. So AB comes from that. Some of the old techniques include heating up stannous chloride, and in hot glass, it fuses to the surface. Andrew says that bell is nice, thick silver. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe the price should go up. That is thick silver wire. Now she lives in Germany, I think, says Andrew. So that is BDY 18, $44, down from 55, which I think 55 is a deal on that. Because that's a lot of bead. Marion says, I didn't know that connection between Favreau and AB. Andrew's educating today. Right? Like that. I learn things all the time from Andrew. This is, okay. This was 65. I'm going to bring it down to 50. Was 65, now 50. This is from Andrew's stash. This is blue chalcedony. You know, I couldn't get through Mercury retrograde without bringing up some blue chalcedony. Blue chalcedony with these beautiful pieces of matrix alongside it. I love these. And this happens to be a matte version. We've had some polished versions of this. I love the matte so much. I love matte stones. And this is just a stunningly beautiful strand of blue chalcedony. These are these beautiful nuggets. Was $65, now $50. And these are about 15.5 by 24. Andrew says, oh, I love those beads. I know, they're amazing. They're really gorgeous beads. Like just the patterning, just the color of that blue. Andrew says, I hoarded those like it was my job. I know, we haven't seen these in a while come through. But look at the beautiful colors. And even that matrix, that the browns and ochres and yellows, even they are beautiful. So that's BDY 19, $50, down from 65. Really nice discount on those. If they don't sell, we'll probably be giving those back to Andrew very soon. Ocean and Sand, says Marianne, right? It is. And that's exactly. Andrew says some stones only show up for a season. Yeah. BDY 20. This was 60 to 45 on it. BDY 20. Andrew says, during COVID, a lot of the towns that cut refined stones into beads disappeared. This is apatite. Oh, my little chain came disconnected. There we go. Let's fix that. Okay. Fabulous beads, says Marianne. They really are. And these are too. These are beautiful apatite, mixed apatite, slightly graduated rondelles, nice higher grade stones, done on a sterling silver lobster claw and extender chain. And these go from about 4 millimeters up to about 6. Beautiful blue, green, all different kinds of apatite in there. One strand available, was $60, now $45, since there's only one left. Okay, let's put 16 away because that's taking up a lot of room over there. Nobody's grabbed that yet. So put that away. And let's move some of this up. Andrew says, one of our vendors talked about how they tried to get in contact with the cutters and didn't hear anything back. They went to China to visit and went out to the factory. They said when they showed up, there wasn't anything left, like the town pretty much disappeared. Yikes. That's wild. This is a soft soldered pendant by Andrew. Did you know he used to do this back in the day? Soft soldered pendant by Andrew, done with a nice slice of agate. Andrew used to do this work. It's a really pretty agate, really pretty pendant. Oh no, I'm trying to think. Andrew says, I hope they just moved. Some of our vendors disappeared. Yeah, there's some vendors we have no idea what happened to them, unfortunately. Things moved quickly, shut down quickly, moved quickly. It's about 30.5 millimeters by 60 millimeters. Andrew says, I used to teach classes on this. So there is a beautiful soft solder pendant, $16 by Andrew, BDY 21. Let's see here. Find these are agate from Idar Oberstein from the 1800s from Germany. Faceted stones. These are, like I said, older. These are antique, 1800s. They are $12 a pair. I have 3 pairs available. And by pair, they are, we'll get you the similar sizes. They're not all they're all hand done. But they're these beautiful agates from Idar Oberstein, Germany from the 1800s. Andrew says, I did vintage watch crystals and put jingle jangles inside. Andrew says, speaking of stonecutter towns, right? Stonecutter town in Germany. Look how beautiful the color is on those. Andrew says, I'd like to go one day. One of my friends did a residency there. That's cool. Drilled all the way through. BDY 22, $12 a pair, 3 pairs available, 8 by 32.5 millimeters approximately on those. Sorry, I'm cleaning up some of my mess that's overtaking over here a little bit. Okay. BDY 23. These are sesame jasper tubes. I think I have 3 of them in here. Nope, I've got 2 of them in here only. Keep miscounting things. I don't know what's going on with me lately. Andrew says they have stained glass windows made of sliced agate. There's speaking of soldered agates, right? Sesame jasper tubes, tube-shaped beads or cylinders, elongated cylinder beads. Beautiful color in these. Really, really pretty. Like I think those would be really pretty with that. Playing around with some of those colors in there. Not with that. Some of those rich browns coming out. Interested. Someone asked for 2 beads. Yep, I tried to pull some. I don't remember who either. These are 4 millimeters by about 13. So they're $14 a strand, 2 strands available. BDY 23. If you're the one that asked for tubes, there's some. Maybe you like them. Okay, let me clear the board here a little bit. Put these away. These are BDY 15s. Somebody grab those. $8 a strand. BDY 13. Somebody grab any of those. One of my favorites tonight. Or today. I guess it's not tonight. Today. That always surprises me. When I have a favorite and none of them sound strange. But I am weird, so, and I fully admit that. BDY 13. And let's put away the goddess bead. BDY 18, $44. That large lampwork glass by Teresa Liberté, La Liberté. Oops, I just hid that behind them. Put it in front so I can see the number. Okay. 19. Well, let's put 19 away too. Let's just put that one away. I need a bigger bag for that one. Bag I have is way too small. This one's way too big. That'll do. That one's just right. Andrew says, when we win the lotto, I'd like to go around the world and document some of the stories of how beads and crafts are made. I would love it. I would love it. That was always the goal. I always wanted to go around, and then when you bought something from us, you get like a QR code or a link to the video of seeing how exactly it was made. Meet the makers. I think that's really special when you can do that. We are not there yet. This is one of my favorite craft shows, is Craft in America, but they only do 2 episodes a season. Yeah, it's really strange. These are picture jasper. Whoa, whoa, whoa. BDY 24, picture jasper. And these rectangles, these flattened rectangles. They're so beautiful, they almost look fake, right? They look like they've been like decoupaged or something, but these are actual stones, real stones with real patterns. Really pretty too. These are about 10 by 14.5 millimeters. Andrew says, I thought the church around the corner from the shop would make a great museum. Yeah, right? Says, I think it's sold though. The rumor that's going around is the rumor is that it's going to be a town basketball team. Oh, wow. The one thing I had heard about it is that they were going to try and turn it into like a gym where they would have a basketball court, but also other things that you could do, like a recreation center, I guess. This is a table cut, corner drilled rectangle, vintage check glass strand in this animal print. If you got any of the kits that had some of the animal print in it, that would be a nice addition for $14. It's a really unique strand. This is about, well, it's weird to measure because really measure kind of like that. It's about 10 or 11 millimeters by 11 or 12 millimeters. You can see this table cut style on the longer edges, flatter edges, or wider, wider edges. I feel like I'm a broken record. BDY26. These were $12. Now 10. There are 2 of them available for 10 today. This is a luxury bead blend of just fiber optic glass beads. They're really pretty. Lots of the fiber optic glass beads. And you get the whole bag of them for $10. If we made those into strands, that would be a lot more. But Andrew made little luxury bead blends of just those. And we've got 2 of them available, $10 a bag. Andrew says, one of the fashion influences I follow said they were seeing a lot of animal print. So I guess these tortoiseshell animal print breeds would be perfect for that. Yeah, it seems like animal print is coming back. Whether you like it or not, it's coming back. I have a hard time with it myself. But like many trends, once I see it enough, it starts to grow on me. And I've been kind of liking it. I don't know. Some people love it. I'm liking seeing it in fashion right now. So I think it's going to grow on me more and more. This next one, BDY27. This is a hairy wood ceramic bowl. I've been doing some of his bowls lately. This is another one of these big, beautiful ceramic bowls by Harry Wood. This is one of the bigger ones. And it's got these cutouts on the underside. And then all these beautiful colors on the inside. And like I said, that's a pretty big one compared to some of the other ones. That fits in my palm for sure. Barely. So that's BDY27, $18. Marion says animal print never really goes away for long. I feel that's true. BDY28. BDY 28 is a sterling silver charm. It's a skull charm. Sterling silver skull charm. And they're $12 each. It's an old price. And there are 2 of them available. Andrew says, if you see their videos, they actually show how the plastic is made. Which plastic? For animal print plastics? They have chunks and melt it together like candy. And this is sterling silver skull charm. And it measures approximately 10 millimeters by 12.5 without the jump ring. But it comes with a jump ring. Andrew says, that's a beautiful offering dish. Yeah, it is, right? It's a really pretty dish. Use it for an offering dish. Okay. BDY 29. $4. BDY 29. These are some large hole beads. Every once in a while, we get somebody that asks us for these kind of Pandora beads. And when we find them, we try and show them to you. Oops, they just fell off the strand. Let me try and slightly put them back on here real quick. They're a dyed halite. Dyed halite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 beads. A Pandora style that was very popular a while ago. And you get them for $4 if you're interested in those. Dyed halite, large hole beads, $4. And BDY 30. Some these around here a little bit. The last one. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice way to end it. Giving you a really good price on this too. BDY 30 is a beautiful labradorite cabochon, flat backed, $10 only. Non-drilled, for those of you who like cabochons, like to work with them. This is about 21.5 by 20, we'll say 30, 29.5 by 21.5 millimeters. Beautiful labradorite cabochon. Flat back. One of those available, BDY 30. And that, my friends, is the show for today. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I think I finished early enough that I can, well, maybe not. Probably not going to do the spreadsheet or the invoicing until later tonight. So if you just caught this after and you're replaying it, I probably haven't invoiced yet. So I will do invoicing when I get home from my class tonight. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for helping me celebrate my birthday all week long. We are going to, don't forget, have a creative make-along this Friday from 7:30 to 9 or 9:30 on Zoom. And the Zoom link is right now included in the, I did an event on Facebook, and I also did a blog post about it. So you can get the link in either of those places. And get ready to Zoom with us on Friday. We hope you can join us. Have a great one, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great evening. Marian says, have a great class, William. Thank you so much. I should be getting some stuff back to take a look at, so I'm excited about that. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. See you, everybody. Have a great one. Bye now.